Just wanna go. Just want. Home, home. I'm on my way back home. I'm on my way back, riding on a road of hardness. All I could do is done, done. Far from the pain I had in me. So light and oh so free. Stuck in the center of a sadness. All my joy is gone, gone. Where is it meant for me to be? Don't know if you're using me. Who's changing who? Changing what and why? It all seems to fit. But who's really who? Being what and why? I think I'm you. Home, home. Just wanna go. Just wanna go. Home, home. Back home. I've been gone for way too long. Home, home. Just wanna go. Just wanna go. Home, home. I'm on my way back home. I'm on my way back, caught in the middle of a madness. All I want is run, run, thrown like a dead into the sea.
Oh, right, here there was nothing.
Don't know, should I stay or flee? Wrapped in a cage of darkness. All you do is laugh, laugh, lost like a rabbit in the hat. Don't know why I care for that. Who's changing who? Changing what and why? It all seems to fit. But who's really who? Being what and why? I think I'm you. Home,
Chris,
home.
Eldritch.
Just wanna go. Just wanna go.
Right, so I've never played this. I've seen the covers this week.
I've been gone for way
Got a
too
few channels covering this, but we've all had brands on early
Just wanna
access
go.
version.
Just wanna go.
The majority of them I've seen, I thought I've
I'm
the
on my
access
way
version on the
back.
PS5, which has had some glaring obvious issues as well in terms of some really bad popping and the sidewalks as well. And the pavements on the side of the road are black when it's supposed to be grey. And
I'm
as far as I know,
back home.
up to this exact moment in time, day one patch hasn't landed for the PS5 yet, so you've still got those glaring issues. They're still in theory playing the early access version. Anybody that bought it on the PS5, it's £25
I'm
on
on
the
my way
PS5.
back home. Home, home. Just wanna go. Just wanna go.
Hang on then. I can't. Right, okay. I couldn't kill the music because there's no options on that main page. So hopefully I'll get some game options once this intro is done. Right, give me a minute then and I'll pause it and I'll explain everything again. If you didn't hear a word of that, I said. have a mail. What's Keanu Reeves' character in Speed? Jack. What's his name? I can't remember his surname. Don't matter. We'll go with Jack. So let's have a customised controls. What we got here? Arcade, simple motor startup, simple driving, simple light controls, simple door controls, air condition, reading light and WC clearance, wipers, realistic. Nothing is switched on with realistic. Let's go with realistic and see how we go. Here we go, right, audio. Right, yeah, so I've seen a bit of coverage of this game this week. That was his name, yeah, that was his name. Traven. And all the coverage that I've seen of this game over the last week or so, just over a week, they've all had access to they've all had their hands on an early access version of the game, and most of them I've seen have been playing it on the PS5. Now, the game launched yesterday, and to the best of my knowledge, at this exact moment in time, the PS5 players are still playing the early access version because the day one patch hasn't dropped. And they've said anything between now and Monday for the day one patch for PS5 players. The game retails for about £25. I got on a cheap flight to Argentina this morning, Concorde, got a cheap copy. And I didn't mind paying the price I paid, to be fair, to give it a go, because I'm pretty certain I've seen that it's got the day one patch and Xbox. So it's, apart from other bugs that people discover as they play, the game's at least in a day one state. So we'll see how it goes. I know you've got concerns, Rogan, about the fact that it's Aerosoft, but they've only published it, they haven't made it. The company that have made it is a company called TML Studios, and they've made some pretty robust bus simulators on the PC, like the Bus and Fernbus, that I think are quite well received on the PC. And they made this for the PC as well. But I'm sure there is some sort of side development company that have ported this across. So what you see here with me playing this in a minute, because like I say, I've not touched this yet. I've literally left it downloading this afternoon after I bought it, and then I went and grabbed the kids from school. You're going to see everything that I'm going to see for the first time. So any glitches you're going to see for the first time, same as I am. So we'll see if it holds up. We'll see how well it holds up in terms of whether it's worth a punt. That's the kids are making milkshakes. So I'm getting ready to dial 999 in a minute for an ambulance in case one of them gets their hand trapped in a blender. Oh, God help me. Or there's going to be milkshakes splattered all up the kitchen walls. It'll be one of the two. Oh, right. I can put it in. Let me put it in hot deals, Chris. Let me in Sharky's deals section. I'll post the link in there. Hang on, let me just post this link and then we'll get cracking. Yeah, so Aerosoft have only published this, they haven't made this, so I'm expecting something a little bit better than On the Road. Oh, hang on, I've posted my cart again instead. I did that with Rogan earlier. Wait there. I'll get going in a minute. There you are, it's posted. So yeah, I've seen Tintin covering this, and I've seen another guy called the British Ace covering this. And a lot of the people when I was in their YouTube chat, a lot of the people were throwing general impressions around, and Bus Sim came up quite a lot. Bus Sim 21 came up quite a lot in the chat, and I mentioned about how that had suddenly fell very flat, and we're not hearing much about it. And when it comes up in the sales, it's not exactly a good price that I'd be willing to pay. So yeah, and a lot of people say that, and I said, oh, it's in the sale for 33 quid. Bus Sim 21 is, and I'm still not tempted at that price. It needs to drop a lot further than that. One of the guys in the chat was like, trust me, it could be a fiver, and it ain't worth it. So there's not a very high opinion held of Bus Sim 21, which is a shame, because the first Bus Sim that came to console 3 or 4 years ago wasn't that bad. It was an enjoyable experience. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see how this goes in terms of the driving model and the graphics. What options have we got on the graphics? Gamma contrast, so nothing. Game. Time units, European. Hang on. What are my options here? Oh, yeah, we'll keep with the European. Tutorials we'll keep. Language we'll keep in UK. Audio a change, graphics looked at, controller. Let's have a look. I think everything's pretty much done on the D-pad. From what I've seen, I ain't gonna lie, from what I've seen on some of the coverage Tintin's done and the other guy has done on YouTube's, some of the controls on the D-pad seem a little bit like cumbersome. They could have probably implemented them a bit better in terms of holding down the button to bring up a dial rather than needing to go across like a cross menu. It's very, very strange, but we'll see. So let me just catch up with everybody, so because the music was very loud when I fired it up. So Chris, Eldritch, Rogan, Plasma, who else we got in? That's it for now. And anyone else that's lurking and joined in, welcome. And without further ado, let's go grab a Starbucks. I mean a Gamebox. I don't know how much the game holds your hand in terms of the fact, like, when I bring up that menu, I don't know how to get to the ones at the top. Them things on the top. Very, very odd. I would assume that's save. That's to go back, yeah. I don't know how much it holds your hands, and is there collectibles and stuff to do like there is in Trains in World. Yeah, see what I think about it first, Chris. Where's it telling me go anyway? Oh, outside. Here we go. Now, I don't know. Hang on. Map. Zoom out. Now, this is a 1.5 scale of the exact island of. I'll try not to butcher this. Fuerteventura. Yeah. I'll probably butchered that. Bit of a tongue twister for somebody with challenges like myself. But it's a 1.5 scale, exact replica of the Canary Island. Of that particular Canary Island. Of the name I won't say again because I'll butcher it. So it is a real world place. This isn't a fictional place. Like in Bus Sim, we've got a fictional place. And there is landmarks like hotels, airports, ports, beaches and so forth that you can go to. Towns. So the test of how good this is going to lie in the experience of the driving, I would imagine. First and foremost. And I'm about to find out how good that is right away here. So these sidewalks here, on the PS5 version, where they're grey, and you can see the patterns of the brickwork, they're all black on the PS5, and the curbs, the flashing and flickering, and that's because it's not had its day one patch yet. So what are we getting in here? Just a generic car of no brand. Bus taxi. Enter vehicle with B. Let's get in. Drive. to your company. So start motor. Release parking brake with X. I need to adjust this seating position. And I'm sure it. Turn on the lights with the D-pad left. So I've got a little indicator on the dashboard there to tell me that I've got the lights on, which is a nice little touch. Indicators on the shoulder buttons. But how do you bring up? I'm sure you can do all kinds of things like adjust the seating position. Because that makes me look like I'm sitting forward pressed against the steering wheel almost. Right, hang on. So map and menu. Open mirror seat settings is on the Y. There we go. So Y button. Leave vehicles B. Open menu or cross menu is A. And open second cross menu is X. Pushing the right stick in is change perspective, so I would assume that's camera. And then on. Right. So, seat. Oh right, look at that. Ah, here we go. So that will pull it back. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it's a bit cumbersome that, but we'll get used to it. Keeps looking down though. There's a bug straight away. Unless that's resetting to the default, what it thinks is the default driving position. I prefer to have it like that, but it keeps going default down. Let's come out of the vehicle while I'm doing this bit. Oh, bad on Luke, never mind. Nope. Oh god, it's a bit sensitive. So this is all the way up. So the AI is just as dumb as in most games like this. parking brake on. Turn the engine off. So I've got to give myself a company name. Keep it clean. I think I'll let me call it a bang bus. Oh. I've only just started at Bayway, so ask me in about 20 minutes or so. I can't call it. I need to think of a quick company name without being really childish and call it Bang Bus. Or Bang for your buck bus. Screw it. Hi, rat. Here, Bang Bus. Watch me get my account banned. Right, so let's have a look here. So this is my courtyard. This is my company. That sun is horrendous. I saw that on other people's streams, and that's quite something, that. So let's go in the office. Let's see what it's all about once you get in the office. Go to the computer to buy your first bus. So click on this button to open a second-hand vehicle market. Then choose one of the available vehicles. Details and the buy option will be displayed. Click and hold the buy button until you have purchased the vehicle. The vehicle will appear in the fleet list. So, second-hand vehicles. Right, let's have a look. How much money have I got? 200,000 euros. Is there any way you're looking at them before you buy them? No, there isn't. So does it tell me how many seats it's got or anything like that? Mileage, fuel, delivery time. Because I don't want something too big, do I, for get going? Rogan, I will, don't worry, bud. Don't worry, I will give you, and I'll give you genuine impressions of it as well. I won't try, you know me, I won't bullshit you. Dogs, good afternoon. Apologies if I get behind in chat, because I'm literally playing this for the first time. I'm trying to take everything in. I think that's the little kind of minivan. This 16 grand. I'm tempted with the minivan for start me off, because I don't want to blow all my money, do I? The Intercity at 58 grand wouldn't exactly blow all my money either, but I think I'm going to go with this. Please catch your vehicle at the... So that's the date. So, I mean, it's obviously, it's made by a German company, same as On the Road is. So sometimes the little bit, you know, some of the translation gets a little bit lost. So I've got to go to the harbour. So is that not? So it's in my fleet, but it's not delivered. So it's at the harbour. I've got to go get it. It's got enough room to bang. Has it got blacked out windows as well? Stains on the seats. Don't. Right, so I've got to go get that. So go to the wall clock to open the calendar. Where are we? Here we go. So there's a full game in this in terms of, I say full game, there's a full system in this where you've got your own company and you've got to run it, and there's a full economy going. From what I've gathered from some of the early access streams that I've seen, there's, you run your company, you employ people, and you get a full fleet of buses on the go. On the main menu, there was two options of playing with a kind of like a career mode stroke realistic economy, and then there was on the right hand side there was more of a free play area where I think you can pretty much do custom routes. But at the moment I've jumped straight in to the career stroke economy mode. Oh, the chat's gone downhill. What about crusty seats? Click on this button to skip time to your next appointment. In this case, the time skips to the pickup day. Alternatively, you can also click on a day in the calendar to skip time. So, I'll click on that, that'll skip, and then I should be able to go drive to the harbour in Porto do Rossio to pick up your bus. So what we got here, we've got contracts, orders, inventory. So we've got the calendar, we've got the computer. Got anything else in these back rooms? Got a casting couch to go with the bang bus? No? No backroom casting couch, I'm sorry guys. So is my car still there? Yes, the car's still there, the dodgy car. The map is, let me just zoom out, it's a 1.5 scale of that actual island. It's a realistic island, real world island, it's not fictional, in the Canary Islands. And it's a 1.5 scale is what I've seen bandied around in other streams. So only time will tell how big it is in terms of when I start getting some long drives together. Because the jobs, I think, consist of things, anything, from airport runs to sightseeing tours to hotel drop-offs, hotel pickups. So there's quite a diverse list of different jobs to do, rather than like on the bus sim that we had before was literally just run your company, pick up passengers and rinse and repeat. Oh, parking brake. So from what I can tell with the gears, I'll just put the parking brake on a minute. So you start the engine with the A button, parking brake is the X button, gears are up and down on the D-pad, and from what I can tell there is only a drive gear, a neutral gear and a reverse gear. After that, once you're in drive gear, it's automatic. I know I'm faffing around here, but let me just see if there's one more thing I can do here. In terms of... No. I wanted to see if there was anything I could do with sensitivity. Steering camera. Auto center wheel. Speed hide steering wheel. Gamepad rumble is on, yeah. Traffic density 100%. I wanted steering sensitivity. I can see Luke sensitivity, but not steering sensitivity. Let's knock this down a bit and see what happens. Hang on. God, that sun. Wow. I want to play it from the inside cockpit view for immersion, but it's a bit tricky. Wow, that sun. It's got a day and night cycle as far as I know as well. And weather. I think it's got weather. Is it really loud? Hang on then. Because I knocked the music down because of that music on the main menu, but let me knock the master down to about 75. And then let me know how it is in the chat and whether I need to knock it down a bit more. Ooh, way up. Hey up. It's stuck on the wheels. Wow, what the hell? Isn't it stuck to the car? How's the sound now, by the way? Got a monster in the fridge. Right, nice one. Okay, thank you guys. Oh. Them seagulls are a bit loud. That's loud as well. Just have a look at the ambient, if there's anything for ambient. I've got to knock that ambient down. Whoa. Knock that down to 75 as well. No, knock that down to 70 because I don't need to have ambient that loud. 65. Right, so I've no idea what this bus looks like, you know, as well, because there was no picture on the computer screen when I ordered it. So I'm quite intrigued in terms of what bus I've ordered here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's a little kind of minivan. Right, parking brake on. Neutral gear. Engine off. Just have a quick drink. Achievement earned, the first bus. Hold X to set a destination in the bus cross menu. So, holding X, that brings up the doors. Destination display. Navigation monitor is off. Passenger compartment light. Ah, there we go, look at that. So I've put the thing on the front of the bus. Hold A to start ignition. Press and hold the... So it's quite in depth. Doesn't like it isn't very arcadey in terms of just jumping in and pressing the accelerator and the triggers to accelerate and the left trigger to brake. Hold A to shift gear up. That's reverse, neutral, drive. and then parking brake. Because in that other car, it was pretty much everything was done on the face buttons. Where now, what the? Oh right. So when hang on, let me brake. So when I'm pressing the right stick down, I've got cockpit view. Then it goes to the gear stick. Press it again, goes to the aircon and stuff. Then to the dials. Then to the seating area where you can have a look around. And then finally external view. Doing on here now. I know I'm faffing around here, hang on. We'll put the parking brake on while I get this ready. So on the left hand side does the seat. On the right hand side, that just when I'm moving the sticks, that's just doing the wheel. But I wondered whether it could. Ah, right, you have to select them. Right. So. There we go. Right, so I've now got to take this back to the base. Now the buses, well the first bus I've actually drove, they feel a lot more rigid and stiffer than that car that I was in to start off with. They feel a lot more weighty. Concentrating in a minute. Ooh. the scale of the the map and the roads isn't bad. I'm driving there into Luke. I mean, if this turns out to not be an absolute crock of crap, with too many things that just put you off the whole experience, then it could be my kind of like new go-to chill game. And if it doesn't crash the desktop, then we're already on to a winner compared to Flight Sim. Flight Sim's an incredible game, but it's been slightly tarnished for me at the moment because of the amount of crash the desktops that I'm getting. Let's put the park in the yard and exit the vehicle. Is this classed as the yard? Will this do? Put the parking brake on. Then... how would you... oh no, I think it's... I don't think I parked in the yard. It's got a lot of depth to it, Plasma, this. More depth than I originally thought. I'm going to say that straight off the bat. It's not a simple pick up and play, get in your vehicle and just press right trigger to go, left trigger to stop with automatic gears. There's a lot of little intricate sub-menus to get your head around. And if I was to be picky, I would say that the first thing I would say is that but then again, with so many options, I can't see how they could have put all this on. With what they've already got on the D-pad, they couldn't have put all this on the D-pad as well. Because on your D-pad, you've already got your gears up and down. The only thing you haven't got on your D-pad is left and right, but your D-pad you activate, so you're holding the A down, and it's kind of similar to what happens in Flight Sim. It's behaving like a shift key, and then you're using your D-pad to go across to your various options here, and then up and down to select them. Into your office. So how do I actually get out the bit? Right, hang on. Let's open the doors. There we go. So that's the office. It looks like I've got a whole garage going on here as well. When I start getting like a fleet of buses and they need repairs, modifications, if that's a thing, I don't know. I know there's paint jobs. I know there's liveries you can put on the vehicles. I wonder if I could have backed that in there right now and started messing around with liveries, or whether the game is going to introduce me to them as I go. Because I saw it on one of the streams, I saw an interesting livery on one of the vehicles where on the back here, on the windshield, there's a slogan, and it's literally... Oh look, I probably could have gone in. I'm going to try, you know, I'm going to try. Yeah, it's opening. That's a good point, that. Let's have a look. Where was it? That would have been under... Centre camera. Where did I see that? Centre camera when driving. Mind you, no, I need that. Auto centre wheel, I need that, really. That's quite handy. What I was doing before, I think I've figured it out. When I come back out, we'll have a look. I think I've figured something out. Oh, now I can access these. I couldn't access them before. But that's a calendar. I don't know what these... I don't know. It doesn't tell you what they are as you hover over them. It's very odd. Oh, money. Somebody's left some money lying around. Oh, and some more. Hint. New coordinates added. Okay. So I might get a job to go there. Is that sun still? Does that sun move? I'm sure there's a day-night cycle in this. It must kick in at some point if that sun moves from that position. So that's blinding, that. Go to the fax machine to get your first order. Right, here we go. Here we go. So, new orders. Click on this button to see the available orders. Then click on an order and confirm it. You can find your accepted orders by clicking on this button. So new orders. So I've got a trip short to the airport, and I'm going to get, look, I think that's a €500 reward for doing it, and it says it's 10 minutes. So that's a current order. Failed orders, completed orders. So my current order is at a 10-minute trip to the airport. Open the calendar again and skip time to the next appointment. So let me just try something here a second, because I spotted, yeah, a calendar on there. So you can access the calendar from what is essentially your PDA. So skip time up to 24 hours is the top option by pressing Y. Pressing X skips to your next appointment. So let's go to the next appointment. Board your bus. Oh, the sun's changed positions. Still blinding when you look directly at it, but I suppose that's Spanish sun for you. Oh, my car's come back. It's put that car back. Got the fake taxi there. So we've got the bang bus in the garage. Fake taxi when I want to take that out is here. So let's close them doors. Navigation monitor, I don't know what that is. Passenger compartment light, we'll put that on. And then we'll get the motor started. Put it in drive. Parking brake off. Hang on a second. That's right, it's only kids. So drive, parking brake is off, windows down, yeah go on, I'll have the windows down, it's a nice day, don't need the lights on. Oh, sorry, it is on. It's alright. I was just wondering if I got me navigation system on. Bring my seat forward just a little bit, because when I'm looking left and right I can't see because of the frame of the door. That's better. Are they letting me go then, are they? Have I just literally gone round in a circle to come back to pick these people up? Oh no, it's because the bus stop was there, but on the other side of the road. Right, okay. And here we go, we're about to get my first batch of passengers. Are we getting on? Yeah, we're getting on. Kind of more on the phones. It's a bit too realistic, this game is. Well, easily it's on the phones there, messy. Oil one. I think it's paid for in advance with it being a tour bus. Bus. Saw that last minute. Right, where's it on the car? Neutral. Put a parking brake on while I'm off. Are we getting off? Here they are, yeah, they've got them. Now these are getting on. Oh yeah, Plasma, because on busing you've got people on who didn't pay the tickets, didn't you? Oil one. We get a reversing camera. Hey, look at that. Oh, parking brake. Parking brake. Look at that reversing camera. Got my mirrors as well. I need them. just have one more look in the options here. In particular the graphics, because the contrast looks a bit... Have a look at the contrast. Have a look at the contrast. It starts at 120. 1.2, I mean. The whites look a bit overblown. Has that gone even worse? That's gone even worse, I think. Hang on. Failing that out, let me pull this up to the top and see what it's like when you come down. Yeah, no, that's worse, so I'm probably best leaving that at the bottom. And if anything, it might be the gamma that needs to come down. Oh, you got fuel stops as well. I wonder if you have to, if there's refueling in it as well, and a car wash, I think. I've spotted. Twitch on Xbox, is it crackling or gone weird? Hang on. Now turn the headset off and back on again. Let me know what it is. Why is he letting me go? Oh, he wasn't. Just being a clown. How's the sound, guys? No. Hello. She just vanished. It's Thanos snapped his fingers. First trip return to your company. True for you. What do you need? What do you mean, Quaz? I need to come up a little in the seating. You mean? It's like they're playing checking, aren't they? There you go. There you go. Ah, right, the sound, right, the volumes. Okay, okay. I mean, I knocked the master volume down, but I'll do the engine sounds as well. Let me, Let's knock them down to that. Thanks, Plasmit. I mean, if so far, right, the controls are a bit clunky, but you know it's got a lot of depth to it. It's not an it's not arcadey, but then you wouldn't want it to be with the name with simulator in the title. There's quite a lot to it in terms of controlling the vehicles, and I've only got a little vehicle here. I've only started with a little starter vehicle, so to speak. I've not got the big massive coaches yet as such, but there's a lot of controls, you know, for things like aircon, parking brake, driving gears, all sorts of stuff. Very in depth. The systems within the game of when you go into your office and you pick up jobs, and then you go to the calendar, and then you buy new vehicles. As long as there's a good job variety in this, then I mean, granted, I paid not very much for this. I can get a lot out of this. You know, it's not a AAA game, so it's a little rough around the edges. You could do with a few tweaks, but the day one patch is in this, so the graphical glitches are pretty much all gone. That is still present, as far as I know, on the PS5 version so far. So what I got here, go into the next room, click the file on the desk. Oh right, okay, so now I'm going to employ someone now as well. So there's a full system in the economy going here in terms of running your own company. Quite a bit of depth to it. So click on this button to open the job market, then click on an applicant from the list. You can negotiate the monthly Salary. Be careful not to offer too low salary, otherwise the applicant will decline and no longer be available to you. Confirm to hire the applicant. So, job market. So we've got Nelly. Is that their age? Age 47, driver. Some applicants can only be hired if you offer them an apartment for relocation. Reliability of the employee is that symbol. So this guy is 47.8 out of 100. He's only 13.7 out of 100, but has 9 stars as opposed to 4. Like they say, you've got to be careful you don't offer them. You can negotiate the salary. Let's go for this guy, age 38. Let's offer him 11.50 and see what happens. The applicant accepted your offer and is working in your company from tomorrow. Right. Trophy earned. Your new employee will be ready tomorrow. Simply go to the calendar and skip time to the next day. So we'll skip 24 hours. So what's the time now? Does it tell me? We'll skip to Saturday and we'll go to 8:28. Your new employee has arrived and is now available to get a new order again. Right, let me just go with the loo. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Eldritch, if I missed you, I'll see you later and I'll catch you next time you're streaming. Right, now, I would imagine if I've got a new employee that ideally I need to get him, thanks Plasma, I need to get him a new vehicle. Or, where were orders? Here. So there's another short trip. Let's take that on. How do I go to the pin board? Oh, here we go. Open the schedule. In the schedule, you can manage your routes. Clicking on an entry will show you the route on the map. In the entry, click on the button in the right field to assign driver and vehicle. Now choose your new employee and vehicle, then confirm. So he'll take my vehicle out. Well, the only vehicle that I actually have. So that's the route, I assume. Click on an entry in the list to show the route. Click on that button. Click on the notepad button to assign. So that's me. And then that's the new employee. So I've picked him and the only vehicle that I've got. Click on A. And I assume he's running that now. So achievements unlocked. The certification, you assigned an employee to a certified route. So click on the calendar. What did it say do? Click, open the calendar and get 2 days forward. So what are we on now at the moment? 4th of the 6th. So I want to go to the 6th. Warning, a bus driver of your company needs your vehicle for order. Do you want to return to your vehicle? Oh, it's gone night time now as well, I think, outside. Or is that morning? The order has been completed by your employee. Now open the fleet management in the vehicles menu. Your employee did use the vehicle for the previous order. Click on the checker to assign the vehicle to yourself again. This option is only available if your vehicle is not currently in use or not in a workshop at the moment. Thus, you will have to wait until a vehicle is available again. So that's my fleet, that's my vehicle. So I wonder now I've got an employee, I'm going to buy another vehicle. So that we can have 2 going. Delivery time 6 days, 54,000. I've got 186,000 euros. Come on, let's buy it. Oh, what? It won't let me buy another vehicle? Oh, right, okay. It's probably going to want to hold my hand then, I would assume. So the permanent order, get a new order for yourself. There are orders which persist permanently. These are marked with a special symbol. So it looks like a repeat button, doesn't it, on a CD player, that? Like a loop. Orders without this symbol are one-time orders and will reappear occasionally. A new order. Oh, so this is a 20-minute trip. Again, it's €500 for doing it. When I get €500, so that must be them paying the ticket prices in advance. I don't know if there is, I'm not sure if I've seen a levelling up system as such yet, Plasma, but it might be just that it's just all wanting to hold my hand and not introduce me to buying a second vehicle, as and when the game tells me. So I'll take that on. So, reopen the schedule. And assign it to me. And then open the calendar. And then skip to the next appointment. Then it's me. Follow the route. Right, so I'm driving again. Right, let's go. Oh, you can jump. You got window wipers as well. I think there is weather in it. Hold X to set the destination across. Oh, there we go. Why has it gone a bit? It's gone a bit janky. What's going on here? I think it's gone a bit stuttery. Doesn't feel as smooth. Come on, gang. That's definitely got janky, that. That's a save game as well. I'm assuming that's save game. What have I done here now? Ooh, what have I done? Have I just loaded? I've loaded something onto rather than saved. Pillock. Yeah, you dipshit. Now I just loaded. You've got a symbol down at the bottom there for save, and I loaded rather than saved. That's save. Because it doesn't seem to be running as smooth now, as if it's stuttering. Possibly, unless it's a different time of days as well that affect it. Oh, I'll put that on. So they weren't getting on. So look at that. They weren't getting on until I turned that on. There's a lot of stuff that this is trying to do right though. All quality of life improvements that kind of... When I think back to my time on the first bus sim on console, things I wished that were kind of... It was small, small things, but having that camera come up automatically when the passengers are getting on and you're opening your doors, it's a really nice touch. I'd like to do a full round trip of the island to see how how big it is and how long it takes to get around. There's something to that elevation then in the road. People getting off, and then they're getting on. This not got aircon? I would have thought this had aircon. Oh, wrong button. See, don't you go pulling out on me. We'll get back that way. I honestly, you don't tell me I'm missing them. It's running terribly now. Like it's proper trying to struggle under its own weight. Like spinning the camera and turning corners, it's jerky now. I mean, I like what it's trying to do with all the detail in the landscape. But really, an Xbox Series X should be spitting this out, you know, chewing this up and spitting it out. Just seems as if it's a tad purely optimised. People getting off a lot. Pulled up, aren't I? Oh yeah, they're off. That's a bit odd. It's a bit rough around the edges because it's not a AAA game by any stretch of the imagination. So it is a tad rough around the edges, but it's trying to do a lot of neat things, in my opinion, and it is trying to be a proper full-on sim rather than an arcadey kind of approach to it. I do think I could get a lot out of it, as long as there's a good mission variety in it. And you know, I don't think I've even, in terms of the map, I don't think I've even scratched the surface yet of where I've been. There's a lot of roads and destinations and stuff to cover. So it's got a lot of neat little ideas that it's trying to do. But my opinion at the moment, since I loaded in that last mission, is it seems to be struggling under its own ambition. And that purely probably stems from the fact that it's it's not a AAA game and it is an indie game that's been ported across, so it does need a patch or two. But it's in a far better state on the Xbox than it is on the PS5, because the PS5 players at the moment, and again, I don't know if anything's changed in the course of the time I've been streaming this, but certainly earlier on this morning, PS5 players were still essentially playing the early access version because they've not had day one patch. So they've got all the little finicky graphical glitches all over the shop in terms of the black sidewalks instead of grey sidewalks, the flashing, flickering road markers, and they've kind of put a time scale. I think the devs put a time scale for the PS5 patch being anything between now and Monday. And I think the onus has been put on Sony a little bit, saying that Sony a little bit slow getting these things out the gates because they have to pass certification and all that nonsense. So I don't know, but Xbox has got the day one patch, and Xbox is certainly the better looking game of the two at the moment, and the better performing game, up until the point where it got a little bit janky for me here. So yeah, very, very odd. So let's close them doors. Then let's return. Sharky, afternoon, bud. For the price I paid, Sharky, I can get a lot out of this. As long as the patches keep coming in terms of optimising it a bit better, because it started off really smooth, but as of right now, it's gone a little bit janky, a bit jerky. But like I've said, it's got a lot of neat little things going on. See, I don't know if it's coming across on stream, but it's gone really jerky. Unless that changes when I load into the next mission. See, it only seems to start happening when I loaded into this mission. If you can get it for the right price, or wait for sale, I'd wait for sale. If you got a lot of fun out of the original Bus Sim, not Bus Sim 21, because people seem to say avoid that like the plague. We're back in the vehicle, and then the doors are shut, aren't they? So let's put the parking brake on. Let's put it in neutral. Kill the engine. Open the door so I can actually get out. And into the office. Like I say, it's a really in-depth game in terms of giving you the whole feeling of running a company. And I feel like I'm barely scratching the surface as of yet, because I've only done about 3 jobs. I've employed one person, and it's still holding my hand a little bit here. So I've employed one person, I've sent him out on a job, he completed that okay. Then it threw another job at me. I only own the one bus, so you can buy a fleet of buses and have them all going with employees on. So in terms of giving you the immersion of owning a company and running a company, it's got some really neat ideas going on. With some real good mechanics in terms of making you feel part of running it. It's rough around the edges, like I say, from a performance point of view, but it's certainly in a better shape than the PS5 version. It's published by Aerosoft, but it's actually made by TML Studios. Now, TML Studios made The Bus and Fernbus, which are 2 quite decent bus simulators on our PC, for the PC brothers and sisters, and I think they're quite well respected in terms of their sim games. So it's not Aerosoft, so I didn't have any fear when I took a gamble with this, because I got it for the price I did. I didn't have any fear that I'd got another on the road on my hands in terms of throwing the game out there and then not supporting it, it being bare bones and empty. There's a lot going on here, and there's a lot to like, as long as they can iron out the little niggles. It's just a shame that as of starting the last mission that I did, it went a little bit... It's gone a bit jerky in terms of moving. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to save my game, and then I'm going to come back in. Do you like the company name, Sharky? I couldn't think. I had to come up with a name as quick as I could for the sake of the stream, because I literally started streaming this from scratch. I'd not played it prior to streaming. I just came up with it and went, yeah, run with that for now, just to get the stream up and running. So let's overwrite that. Then let's quit out and come back in and see if the performance improves. Oh, right, okay. We've got a completely... Hang on a second here now.
Just wanna go, just wanna go home. I'm on my way back home.
Kill that. Right, we had a completely... When you first fired the game up, I had a completely different menu to this. I had none of this. I couldn't even enter the options for the game when you first fire it up for the first time. All I got was a screen with two options on it: to play the game with a realistic economy, or to play a custom game where I could create free custom routes with simulated weather and all sorts. And I chose the career-based, realistic economy-based game and jumped in, and then it's held my hand ever since. I've come back out, because I've just saved the game and I've come back out, and now I've got a proper, what I would call a proper menu. I didn't have this before. I couldn't even access the options because everybody was saying that musical track that's playing in the background was drowning me out when I was on the main menu and doing my intro, and nobody could hear me, and I couldn't kill the music because there was no actual way of accessing the options. But now I can. So we'll load back in. Yeah, so now I've got resume game, load game, new game. I didn't have any of this before. The screen I had before was probably what I'm about to show you now. This. Yes, this. So, Economy Progress Management Challenge, or Schedules, Free Play, Custom Routes, Weather Control. And I chose this one. And I couldn't get into any other sub-screen or anything. So let me just go across to this and see what this gives me. Oh right, so from the two different modes, they kind of exist as two separate entities. So when I'm in this mode, I've now got the only option of starting a new game. But I want to go back into this and see if the performance issues I was having stop. And see what happens. I mean, this is only on Series X and S consoles and PS5 as well. This isn't even coming to PS4 and Xbox One. So it's odd how really powerful consoles would have... Yeah, it's still performing a bit weird there. We'll press on and see how it goes. Enter your office. Right, let's go in the office. Let's see what we can do. Open the schedule again and assign this permanent order to your employee. So schedule. Schedule is the pin board. So after you successfully completed this order yourself, it has been certified. Now you can assign an employee to this order. So if I... So that order I've just done is that one on the right hand side there, 20-minute trip, €501. So if I click on the X, and then I click on this guy, and then I click on that vehicle, and then that has assigned that job to him in that vehicle. So the management, go to the other computer. Where's the other computer? This one. Right, click on this button to see your stock of snacks and drinks for the sightseeing. Oh right, okay, so it's giving me even more depth. So now I've got to provide drinks and snacks for sightseeing tours. By clicking on this button, you can see your current stock of spare parts for your vehicle as well. Right. So I've got nothing. Got no spare parts, no food. Go to the filing cabinet. contracts. Right, click on these buttons to see different kinds of contracts. You have a choice between vehicle insurance, loss insurance for failed orders due to sick staff, contracts for Wi-Fi on board your vehicles, contracts for spare part deliveries. By clicking on this button, you switch to the column for the concluded contracts. Right. As if I needed any more depth to the game. Jesus. Click on an offered contract to conclude it. So 200 a month to insure the vehicle. Is this insurance for vehicles? Yeah. Then you've got loss insurances, Wi-Fi services, 10 gig a week, 29.90 euros, just under 30 euros. Jesus. Then spare parts, right. Let's do the top one. Click on an existing contract to adjust it or cancel it, and then conclude. Right, done, I think. Go to the calculator. Jesus. By clicking on this button, you will receive an overview of current income and expenses. If you want to see more details about your earnings or expenses, click on the corresponding button. These buttons allow you to receive new loans or take a look at your current loans. So, overview my expenses. So, current amount that I've got in the bank, 185,000 euros. Overall revenues is 201. Expenses is 19. Residual debt, 204. Revenues the last 7 days. So, my revenues, my expenses, there, aren't they? Is outweighing my weekly expenses, so I need to get more jobs on the go. So vehicle insurance, credit repayments, fuel. Oh yeah, because I had to buy the first vehicle as well, didn't I? And then his salary. Right. Go to the pin board in this room. What's this? This button will give you an overview of your personal performances and your business. Click the button to see reports of recent jobs. So completed 2 is 3, lost 2 is none, drivers I've got 1, workshop staff I've got none, guides I've got none, and vehicles I've only got 1. Alright, so this is like a rundown of the jobs that I've done. So I've all stops approached, no passengers left at a bus stop. Right, okay. Go outside and over the yard and into the workshop. Okay. What's this one? Just out of interest. Can't get in that one. So a list of vehicles that need repair will be displayed here. Click on a vehicle to see more options. The left hand button displays the general condition of the vehicle. Click on the middle button to see the condition of all individual parts of the vehicle. Click on the right button to open the repair menu. To make a repair, you need mechanics for your workshop. Additionally, you may require spare parts, which you can get via delivery contracts. Such a contract can be found and concluded in the contract menu. So condition. So it needs a tyre change, oil change, and a V-belt change. So it says it's got an air conditioner. I couldn't figure out how to get the air conditioner going. Oh, I've got no staff, have I? Right, okay. Or external repair. See, you'll change. Oh, your workshop appointment. Oh, right. So I can go to an external workshop if I haven't got staff. Give me a sec. So workshop appointment. So yeah. So the daughter was asking me if she can go out. Twitch afternoon board. So yeah, if I haven't got any mechanics as such, then I can take it to another workshop and get it done. So we'll do that. So the expansion, get in your car. Right, it's holding my hand again here. Wants me to get in the car. Open the map. Right, to set a waypoint, click on an icon on the map. Attention, this is not possible during an active order. Search for the symbol of the garage, halls, and click on it, then close the map again. Hell, needle and haystack. That's me. What? Am I getting daft? Can anybody see that symbol that it told me to find? Oh, it's there. It's even put a bloody circle around it, the numpty. So I validated that. In a minute. Are you streaming tonight, Sharky? Oh, it's definitely struggling now, this, and I can't understand why. It was gone from running really super smooth to now jerky all over the place. And it's not like there's anything in the graphic options that I can turn off. Rogan. How are you, bud? There's a lot going on in this, Rogan. A lot going on. It's quite in depth. You even have to stock, when you're doing tours, you even have to make sure you got like snacks and stuff on your bus. Snacks and drinks and things on your bus. There's a lot going on. Oh, AI's still dopey. Pretty sure that might right away, you muppet. This is a fair trek, isn't it, this? Go up, play for 5 minutes, and I'm coming round with you though. We'll go out, play for 5 minutes. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this, Rogan. It's got a lot of promise for the right price. I'd probably wait for sale. But there's a lot going on. Don't be put off by the Aerosoft involvement, because they didn't make it. They've published it, they haven't made it. TML Studios have made it, and they've made other quite popular sims on PC. The Bus and Fernbus, to name but two of them. And this has got a lot of promise. There's a lot going on. It's just got a bit. It's gone a bit from a performance point of view. As I've progressed through it, it's gone a bit janky at the moment. So I just kind of hope. But there's a lot of depth to this. So depending on how much content's in the game, in terms of jobs, missions and whatnot, then it's got a lot of promise. Because you're practically running your own company. There's two different game modes. There's kind of like a free play mode and a running your company with realistic economy and finances mode. And when you're doing the career mode, when you're running your company, it's pretty in depth. You've got to you employ people, you've got to negotiate wages, you've got to buy vehicles for them, you've got to assign jobs to them. Why has he stopped? You're right away. You're going around. Oh, I was looking at chat. can't wait to do some bigger drives in the actual coaches or the the buses. I tried to buy another vehicle as well, another coach for the other employee that I've got, and he wouldn't let me. So I gathered that feature. Well, it said the feature was locked, so I take it it's locked behind the need to proceed through the game, and it'll introduce it to me when it's good and ready. Maybe when it's done with all the tutorial stuff, it tells me how to have my employee doing a job, whilst at the same time I'm out on the road doing a job. It'd be nice if, like, similar to what Bus Sim did, where if I've got an employee out on the road doing a job and then I go and do a job, that I see him out and about on his rounds. That'll be a nice little touch. Because Bus Sim had that. And that was a nice touch. Has it gone? That's why I hate streaming from Xbox sometimes. See this headset, because you don't get it, do you? Do you two get it when you stream from Xbox? Rogan, you still use a capture card, don't you? Anyway, and you've got like one of them Yeti mics, haven't you? But Sharky, you get the crackling sometimes when you stream natively from the Xbox or a capture card. So I'm wondering if it only happens when you're streaming natively. Right, to expand your fleet, you have to buy garage halls. If you have made enough money, you can buy and expand these garage halls here. So you do not have enough money to buy this estate for additional parking lots. The price is 250. So why have you brought me here then? What was the point of that? Open the map again. Click on the fast travel button in the upper right corner of the map. Click on the icon of your office to start a fast travel journey. During the game, you'll receive skill points by level ups, and they can be found hidden in stashes. Fast travel. Choose a fast travel location. Do you want to fast travel? Yes. No, Baywatch. We were saying Bayway. Sorry, Baywatch. Bayway. We were saying because I've had that crackling noise now twice since I've been streaming, and Shark75 gets it as well when he sometimes streams, and we both stream natively from our Xboxes just using the embedded Twitch app, whereas Rogan uses an Elgato card with his Xbox. And I don't think I've ever heard you have that issue, Rogan, to be fair. Drive to Antigua. Right, what time are we on? Right, I'm going to have to go and leave it here because I'm on a promise with my daughter in terms of taking some activity around the corner. I've promised her that I'd take her around because there's something going on around the corner, so I'm going to wrap it up here. We're going to wrap up the stream. And then, Sharky, you streaming tonight? You haven't started yet, or fired it up yet, have you? But I'm only probably going to be about an hour around the corner. There's some hub around the corner and there's some kind of like activities thing on. Or so she's been told, but she's been told by some lad at school who has a tendency to have a bit of a nose like Pinocchio. But we'll see. I'll take her around and see, and then I won't be long, like I say. So let me just see if there's... I don't think Sharky's fired up yet for streaming, so let me see if there's anybody streaming that I can throw a raid over to. Andy's lurking. I've just gone on to see who's watching, and Andy's lurking. I haven't seen you stream for a while, Andy. He can't stream anymore. He's too busy with his eyes on his camera watching his car, isn't he? Right. I'm going to throw a raid over to a friend of Andy's then. LGN Ghost is streaming. So I'm going to throw the raid over to him. He is streaming Final Fantasy Online. Sharky, if you're streaming, I'll catch you on stream when I get back in a bit later on. And I'll probably stream a bit more of this in the morning, to be fair, to see how much more depth it's got to it and stuff, for sure. But for now, thanks for stopping by for these first impressions of this. You know, it's got promise, but it's probably going to not suit everyone for the right price. I'm certainly picking up. It's got a lot of interesting ideas it's trying to do, a lot of depth, a lot of neat little touches. It does immerse you into the full feeling that you're running a firm, you're running your own company. So yeah, for the right price, I'd probably recommend it for the right price, but not probably full price yet until some of the little bugs have been ironed out, especially the PS5 version, which hasn't even its day one patch yet, so it's got graphical glitches all over the place, which is a shame, but hey ho. So yeah, thanks for stopping by for these first impressions, thanks for keeping me company, and I'll catch you all again soon. Thanks guys.